Over the table of the presence, they are to spread a blue cloth and put on it the plates, dishes, and bowls, and the jars for drink offerings. The bread that is continually there is to remain on it. Over these, they are to spread a scarlet cloth, cover that with hides of sea cows, and put its poles in place. They are to take a blue cloth and cover the lampstand that is for light, together with its lamps, its wick trimmers and trays, and all its jars for the oil used to supply it. They are to wrap it and all its accessories in a covering of hides of sea cows and put it on a carrying frame. Over the gold altar, they are to spread a blue cloth and cover that with hides of sea cows and put its holes in place. They are to take all the articles used for ministering in the sanctuary, wrap them in a blue cloth, cover that with hides of sea cows, and put them on a carrying frame. They are to remove the ashes from the bronze altar and spread a purple cloth over it. Then they are to place on it all the utensils used for ministering at the altar, including the fire pans, meat forks, shovels, and sprinkling bowls. Over it, they are to spread a covering of hides of sea cows and put its poles in place. After Aaron and his sons have finished covering the holy furnishings and all the holy articles, and when the camp is ready to move, the Kohathites are to come to do the carrying, but they must not touch the holy things or they will die. The Kohathites are to carry those things that are in the tent of meeting. So we're getting specifics once again because these are the most holy of items and they're covered, and the Kohathites are going to be carrying them, but they are to carry them to make sure that they don't touch the actual items, because these are covered now. These are covered, and so they're carrying the covered sacred items, and they're supposed to treat these the items with respect. Now, I don't know why I just had this thought. Whenever I have a thought, it's for a reason, or whatever you have a thought, it's for a reason. May want to write it down or just think about it. I'm one of those, came from a family that we had a formal living room and a dining room that had plastic all over the furniture. And not only that, but it had a china cabinet. And so there was a very strong thing told at a very young age where you could not go ever, even though it was part of the house or the home. There was certain things that could not be touched or could not be walked into, a whole room. Furniture that cannot be utilized at any time. And they would make sure, because they would even check the carpet. So if you accidentally walked in the room, I know many of times where I had to get that vacuum cleaner out or something and make that carpet stand, because I didn't want to have any type of known thing. Now, over time, as years progressed and I got older and such, more leniencies came as I believe, certain generations or certain things started to be more lenient or not as strict or just not the same, custom wise. But I do believe that it was important, because similar accusations were made. If you touch that, or if you go in that room, this is what's going to happen to you. There's even certain sayings that parents say, I brought you into this world and I'll take you out. I don't even know where this thought came from, but it came up. But at the same time, it shows you to be respectful. to keep things, um, from being damaged, from to be respectful to the parents, to our parents, to my parents, too, and their wishes. So it may have not been sacred, holy things, but it just reminded me of instances of my own life. And that can happen. Were there any thoughts or feelings that came over you when you read this? How did it make you feel, or what did it make you think?